Welcome to my latest battle report. This time we're close to the Galactic Core on a planet controlled by the Leagues of Votann, and it's rich with these mining facilities here. But the dwarves have dug too greedily, they've dug too deep, and they've woken up an ancient horror, the Necrons of the Shattered Dynasty. So I thought I'd cut straight to the list straight away, because at the time of filming, Necrons are the new hotness. This is my Canoptek Court, and the Canoptek Court detachment rerolls hit rolls of 1, which gets their output up quite considerably. Then there's a power matrix thing that happens. So as well as rerolling hit rolls of 1, when the Necrons are entirely within the power matrix, they re-roll all hits, and your deployment zone is always your power matrix. So there'll be 3 Canoptek Doomstalkers in the backfield, and they'll be re-rolling hits all the time. And their output goes up considerably. And then there's going to be a reanimator, which is going to be in range, 3-inch range of all of them, because the range of the reanimator went down. So it's only 3 inches now. And that means when they do their reanimation rolls, they roll 2d3 instead of just 1d3. Because as well as a reroll hit rolls of 1, of course, Necrons get knocked down. They get up again. You roll a d3. You put some models back in. My own deployment zone will always be in the power matrix. Then at the start of any phase, if you control more objectives in no man's land or more objectives in your opponent's deployment zone, then that becomes part of your power matrix as well, and your army can then start re-rolling all hits if units are entirely within those power matrices. It's very simple. It sounds complicated, but it's very simple once we get running through the thing. The flip side to this detachment is it only benefits Canoptek units or cryptic units. So everything here is Canoptek, except for the crypteks, which are leading 2 units of immortals down here. But because you've put a cryptek in this unit, that means those units now have the cryptic keyword. So they're re-rolling hit rolls of 1 as well. 2 chronomancers leading 2 units of immortals. Re-rolling hit rolls of 1, maybe re-rolling hits all the time. Of course, mortals re-roll wound rolls of 1 naturally as well. And with 2 chronomancers in there, they're going to be -1 to hit all the time in close combat or shooting. That's what chronomancers do. And chronomancers can also move, shoot, move again. If you move again after shooting, they can't charge. But you don't really want to be charging with 2 units of immortals. Gauss, all the Gauss Reapers that they have lethal hits on 6s as well. Then I've got 2 units of 2 spiders, 2 units of 6 scarabs. Spiders can put scarabs back in. Both of the spiders have particle beamers on top. They're d6 shot seats. That's 2 d6 shots. With the blast keyword, they can actually chuck out quite a lot of shots. Normally weren't worth taking beforehand, but now they're re-rolling hit rolls of 1. They are worth taking. Talking about things that are definitely worth taking, Wraiths went up to 4 wounds each, which is awesome, and you can put Technomancers in them. If you put a Technomancer in a unit of 4 wound Wraiths, they get a 5 up feel no pain, and the Technomancers can heal an extra d3 wounds back in the movement phase. So you're reanimating d3 wounds in your command phase, you're healing another d3 wounds in your movement phase. That is essentially 2d3 worth of wounds going back in there, and 4 wound rates are awesome. They only hit on 4s, but re-rolling hit rolls of 1, or maybe re-rolling all hits. And they're 4 up in vulnerable save, toughness 6, they're chonky, they're quick. And this guy has got the only enhancement in the army. I think it's hyperstatic fulcrum, something fulcrum or something. Basically, if that unit is in the power matrix, they'll get to re-roll wound rolls of 1 as well. So we have a tough swarm of reanimating constructs spilling across the battle grid. One of the reasons why I started collecting Necrons back at the start was because of all the Canoptek stuff. I'd like the idea of mindless machines reanimating, trashing stuff, breaking stuff, spilling. It's a really cool looking army as well. And what also makes the army really cool is these glorious bases, all from marchofwar.co.uk. And today the Shattered Legion are going to be fighting on this exoplanet close to the Galactic Core, one of the League's homeworld things, and the battle map and the glorious scenery that you see in front of you is all from gamemap.eu. Do like these rocky outcrops they do. If you're not interested in red, they come in browns and grey. There's different colours, but I've got lots of different types of normal hills. So when I got this stuff, I wanted something that popped, something that looked a little bit different, something that looked a little bit alien. And we're playing Chosen Battlefield, Taken Hold, Dawn of War. So there are 5 objectives down on the table, and you get up to 15 points for the primary from turn 2 onwards. And then we'll be drawing the secondaries from the secondary mission deck. And welcome to the channel for the first time. Azachan, say hi, Azachan.
Hi, Azachan.
Leagues of Votann. Why the Leagues?
Because dwarves are my kin.
Dwarves are your kin?
Yeah, I've loved dwarves in every setting. Lord of the Rings, World of Warcraft, fantasy battles.
You said you did a bit of D&D as well.
Bit of D&D. I've always played a dwarf fighter. His name was Kaldak, and when it was shortened to Karl, and they released the first Leagues hero, and it was called a Karl, it was a sign. So
love it. So it had to be Leagues. Here are the Leagues of Votann. Remind people what they do again.
Leagues of Votann have a rule called the Eye of the Ancestors, which gives out judgment tokens.
Yes.
The judgment tokens give you, when a unit has 1 judgment token, you have +1 to hit against it.
Yep.
When it has 2, you have +1 to hit and wound against it.
+1 to wound is so strong.
It's very strong.
And then at the start of the battle...
At the start of the battle, I can pick 4 of your units.
Yes.
And they start with 2 judgment tokens.
Nice.
I like to think it's like a big AI up on the ship.
Right.
That sort of acts like Big Brother and watches your stuff, and as it makes the AI angrier and angrier,
yeah,
it sort of feeds into their helmets and highlights targets.
Target threat priority, kill these 4 especially, and then if you kill one of those 4 units that you target within a certain number of turns, you get extra CP.
Yeah, big CP payout.
Big CP payout, but it only happens once.
Yep.
And then you can get, as well as those 4 ones at the start, you get extra judgment tokens as the game continues.
Yeah, by you killing my things.
So if I kill a thing, the unit that kills the thing gets a judgment token.
Yeah, and my Karl here,
yes,
when he can see one of your units,
yes,
he can put a judgment token on that unit.
Okay.
He's like, that's making me angry. Kill it harder.
That's in the command phase, right?
In the command phase.
Brilliant.
So,
you want to talk us through what we've brought here then?
Yeah, sure. So I've got, starting off with my Hi Karl.
Hi Karl.
Oban Bearstrom with his personal guard of Hearthguard.
Yep.
Whilst he's leading them, when they're targeted with anything that's higher than their toughness, which is 6, they have -1 to wound. So you can't wound them better than a 3+. Okay. Essentially. He's got his little pet here that he took from Gitsnick the Great, the Silverfish of Zarathustra.
Yeah.
It doesn't do anything, it just looks cool.
We're just trolling Gitsnick.
We're just trolling Gitsnick.
Yeah.
Next to him, you've got my equivalent of Gandalf the Grey.
Yes.
He's leading. He's my psyker essentially. He gives the unit. He's leading +1 toughness.
A psyker.
He's not a psychic.
It's definitely
he's using
not psychic.
Science to channel the warp through his staff.
Yes.
That's what it is.
And he gives them what now?
+1 toughness.
Okay.
So that unit of warriors that he's with is toughness 6.
Okay.
They have ion blasters.
Yes.
Which are strength 5, AP 2, damage 1.
Okay.
I believe.
Yeah.
They have a comms array, a medipack. So the comms array gives them 5+ CP regen when they get targeted with a strat.
Yeah.
The medipack gives them a 6+ feel no pain.
Nice.
And then they have a panspectral scanner,
right,
which gives them ignore cover.
Brilliant.
They then have an L7 missile launcher, which is a missile launcher.
Yeah. And
a Magna Rail rifle, which is
well,
yeah,
it's like a melter. It's a nasty thing. Right?
It is, but it never hits.
It never hits.
It hits less than the missile launcher.
Okay, so they're slightly tougher. Have you given them an enhancement or anything? Yeah,
they both have enhancements actually. So the Grimnir has the Grimnir doesn't have one. Sorry,
he doesn't have one.
No, he's got appraising glare. So I pick one of the objectives that an objective you control.
Right.
And units that are within 3 of that objective count as having 1 judgment token higher than they currently have.
Brilliant. So that also means that if the units on the objective have 0 judgment tokens, they suddenly count as 1. If they've got 1, they count as 2. Correct. So he's really appraising with his glare.
He doesn't have to be on the board for that one.
He doesn't.
From what I understand.
Okay. Cool.
He just has to be alive.
Okay. And he is your warlord?
He is my warlord.
What else we got?
So I've got an Iron Master leading 3 Thunderkin.
Yes.
They've all got Grav, so they're anti-vehicle 2+.
Okay.
They also have Blast and D6 shots each on the 3 big guys.
Yeah.
He's got a rifle and he has an enhancement called the Long List. So when his unit kills a unit with judgment tokens on it,
yes,
he can then pick another unit that doesn't have any judgment tokens and give it 1.
Okay. So, I mean, maximizing the way to throw out judgment tokens across your opponent's force is the way to play Leagues of Votann.
Yes.
You definitely want those pluses to hit, those pluses to wound in particular, because Leagues typically hit on 4s in most cases.
Yeah, the only unit that doesn't is them.
Yeah.
They hit on 3s normally, both squads, and characters.
Because you've got a small unit of 5 bodyguard,
yeah,
not terminators
plasma
with him.
guns and plasma blade gauntlets.
And then there's a big unit of 10.
The big unit of 10, led by the Einhir champion.
Yes.
He's got an enhancement called Grim Demeanor, so that his unit reroll battle shock and ignore modifiers except for saving throws.
Okay, so when you're shooting at or attacking the Chronomancer's unit, you're going to be ignoring the -1 to hit.
Yeah. They all have power gauntlets, so they're power fists.
Yes.
And Vulcanite disintegrators.
Yes.
Which are strength 5, AP 0, damage 1, 3 shots each, dev wounds.
But the dev wounds, they chuck out a lot of shots, these guys.
Yes.
And they're quite punchy as well. They're quite expensive, right?
300 points for those 10.
Brilliant.
So yes, they're quite expensive.
What else we got?
We've got 2 units of warriors, they're identical. They've got bolt guns, magna rail, all the trimmings of the first squad, but with bolt guns instead of ion blasters.
Okay.
They will be split into 4 5-man squads.
Because they can do that.
Because of the 2 Sagittars at the back.
Allows you to split, if you bring a Sagittar, you can split these up.
Yeah, into 5-man squads.
Yep.
So each Sagittar has a high las beam cannon, which is a 2-shot las cannon, that's 24-inch range, but has sustained hits D3.
Yes.
And they each carry a 5-man squad of half warriors with special weapons. So a magna rail, a missile launcher, the ignores cover guy, the sergeant, and 1 normal guy.
So you put them in half, and you're going to put the special weapon guys in the Sagittars.
Yeah, and then the bolt guns, along with the medic and the comms, from both squads, are going into this hackathon.
Okay.
Piloted by Helga.
This one's got Helga. Who's the pilot?
The other one, Bruno,
right,
is the father of the pair.
Yes.
Carries the Carl and his personal guard.
Okay.
I like to view the hackathons as like command vehicles.
Yes.
So they look like they're tall enough to have 2 floors.
Yes.
So you've got like computers and all that with dwarves barking orders to get sent out from the top floor.
Awesome.
With the embarkation deck on the bottom floor.
Awesome. Okay, so there's going to be a lot of stuff inside vehicles.
Yeah.
Getting shouted out.
Both the hackathons are identical. They have heavy bolt cannons, which are strength 6 heavy bolters.
Yes.
They're twin linked because there's 2 sets of 2.
Yes.
And then they have a magna rail, a Meta autocannon, and pan-spectral scanners, so they ignore cover.
Brilliant. That's a lot of words.
There's a lot of words.
A couple of bike units zipping around as well.
2 little units of pioneers. They each have pan-spectral scanners, so they also ignore cover.
Right.
And comms arrays, so that if I spend command points on them on a 5+, I get it back.
Okay.
They have they're 3-shot autocannons, but they're damage 2 rather than 3 like their Imperial ones.
Okay.
Strength 7, AP 1, and then they each have a rotary cannon, which is strength 6.
Many shots. It's many shots.
Many shots. It's just a chain gun. And then they have shotguns, so they have assault.
Okay. So you've got some fast units here. You've got a lot of guys inside of transports here. Any more enhancements or redeployment shenanigans that we need to be aware of?
I've got no other shenanigans really. I have stuff that will be starting in Deep Strike.
Okay.
It will be the big unit of 10.
The big unit of 10?
Because the sergeant has a teleport crest, so his unit have Deep Strike.
Okay. So some of these inside 1, they're going to Deep Strike in.
Yeah.
All the little guys have got all the transports to go in all over the place. These are going to be on the table, throwing down some firepower.
They're going to be in Strategic Reserve because they're incredibly short range.
Okay.
They have 18-inch range on those cannons.
Okay. So do you normally put them in strategic?
Yeah, because it's the only way they get to shoot something.
Okay.
they put out a lot of good damage shots, so if they don't start in strategic reserves, they typically are gone.
Yeah. Do you have a name for your league?
The Jotun Breakers.
The Jotun Breakers.
The league themselves are from the Trans-Hyperion Alliance, which is why they're orange, because it's one of the ones from the Codex. They were like explorers, pioneers, and all that. You're going to learn of their peaceful ways by force.
Okay.
So I picked them because that league in particular is explorers, pioneers, all that sort of stuff. And then the particular oath band, which is what's led by my Carl, is called the Jotun Breakers.
Nice. Let's go on to deployment. Here we are after deployment. The Leagues of Votann have a couple of units in reserve. The Thunderkin are in strategic reserve, and the Hearthguard, the not Terminators, they're going to be deep striking in. Who's in this big transport down here?
That big transport has 2 units of 5 warriors with bolt guns.
2 big 5 warriors with the bolt guns. This has got your Carl in it with the Terminators in it.
His personal guard.
So in the command phase, he points at a unit and gives it a judgment token.
But only if he can see it. He can't do it when he's embarked.
So you won't be able to do it in turn 1?
Nope.
Okay. And then you've got the specialist weapons inside the 2 Sagittars over here. And down here is not Gandalf. Holding on to your home field objective.
But only for a little bit.
Only for a little bit. Because you do get sticky objectives, right? Or there's a CP,
warriors,
or they've got it just naturally.
Their unit rule is they give sticky objectives.
Okay.
Called luck has need, keep, toil, and.
Okay. So they can move off of that and you'll continue to control that objective unless I get it off of you. Yeah. And the Necrons, I haven't put anything in reserve. We have a flank on this side with some Spiders, some Wraiths and Chronomancers. On the other side, we've just got some Wraiths and the Chronomancers. This is the Chronomancer, the Technomancer in the middle, who's got that +1 to wound, the reroll 1 to wound, if that ever gets off with the Power Matrix. And then I've put my Canoptek Doomstalkers next to the Reanimator down here, because these are going to get lit up. And they're heavy. So they hit on 4s. If I stay still, I'll be hitting on 3s with the big guns. And I want to try and keep them alive. That's the plan there. So the Necrons are going to be spilling forward across this battle grid as this geothermal plant hums and drills down into the exoplanet's crust. It's awakened the Shattan dynasty. Will the Leagues regret their decision for drilling on this planet? Well, we need to find out. We'll roll a dice, see who goes first. Do you want first turn?
I'm not really sure because you're fast.
Yes.
And like my guys, my gun's range is short.
Okay.
So,
so you want me to get closer to your gun line?
So I can blast you.
After you, sir. Let's see what we get. Let's see what Zinch says. Is that a 6?
That's a 6.
That wolf head thing. And I rolled a 3, so it will be the Leagues of Votann. Turn 1. Oban Bearstrong, the Carl of the Leagues, shouts out these orders in turn 1. Secure no man's land, take any 2 objectives in no man's land. And a tempting target, take the tempting target in no man's land. They want to spread across the battle grid. And to help the Leagues secure no man's land, we have some scout moves with the bikes. This is where we are before the movement phase, and you've put down judgment tokens. Both of the units of Wraiths have 2 judgment tokens each, so the entire Votan's army has got +1 to hit and +1 to wound those units of Wraiths, and 2 of the Doomstalkers have been given 2 judgment tokens each. Let's carry on with the movement phase. Here we are after the movement phase for the Leagues of Votann. 1 Heckersbank Chonk Fortress coming around right on the edge of the battle grid this way. Then we have a push up the middle. You've taken this objective and the central objective, which will be 5 points for secure no man's land. I made this one the tempting target. So the Leagues will not be getting that in turn 1. But they're bringing as many guns as they can to bear. And we're going to start off the shooting phase with the unit of bikes, firing at the unit of Wraiths with the 2 judgment tokens on. And spending a CP on Ancestral Sentence, which gives their shots sustained hits too.
So they've got a comms array, so on a 5+, I get a CP back because I spent a strat on them.
Let's see if that happens.
It does.
It does, you get it back. That's the 6,
so
the
that's
wolf
a free.
head. Nice, a free command point. Starting off with the auto cannon, stretch 7.
Yeah,
hitting on 3s. Looking for those 6s for the sustained. Well, there's 1.
Yeah, and there's 5 misses.
Brilliant.
But 2 extra hits.
I think we might have to change the dice, you know. With the colour palette, they're not coming through very well on the camera.
I've got those little ones.
Okay, we can use mine. Do you want to use mine? Do you want to touch my dice?
Yeah, I'll touch your dice.
I wash them every time. I sleep with them. I'm very gentle with them. Strength 7, toughness 6, but +1 a wound.
2s.
Yeah.
4?
4 AP.
1.
So 4+ invulnerable saves coming up. I failed 2 of them. How much damage?
2 each.
So feel no pains because there's a Technomancer nearby. 5 up, feel no pains. 1 of the Wraiths drops down to 1 wound remaining. Here are the bolt shotguns. These are going to be hitting on 3s. No sustained hits there. Strength 5, so 4s with the +1. That is a wound. AP?
Nope.
No AP. 3 up save. I make the save. What else we got?
The High Las Rotary Cannon. 6 shots.
High Las Rotary Cannon. Okay.
3s? That was
only 2 hits.
I'm glad I got the CP back.
Yeah.
3s because of the +1 to wound at strength 6.
Okay. 2 4-up saves on that, and the feeling of the pain, and you've killed a wraith. That's it for the bikes. Behind them, firing through them, is the unit of warriors that jumped out of the Sagittal. Here are the bolt guns.
Freeze.
Okay, 3. That is 3 hits.
Strength 4.
Toughness 6.
So 4s with a +1 to wound.
Yeah. That is 2 wounds.
No AP.
3s, I'm okay. Now an L7 missile launcher, not an L6.
No, L7.
Or an L8.
It's the improved model.
Yeah.
Not quite improved enough.
No.
It hit though.
It hits. It hits.
Strength 9.
So a wound on a 2. It wounds. It definitely is the improved model. I need a 4-up and vulnerable save. I don't get a 4-up and vulnerable save.
Ooh.
One damage. 1 feeling of the pain, and I don't even feel that pain.
It's definitely not the improved model.
It's not the... You needed to use the L8. This guy's compensating though. He's got the big, long Magna rail rifle.
Yeah, watch him miss. He hits on a 4.
Because it's heavy and you missed. Over the heads of the warriors is the Sagittal. The twin bolt cannons going into the wraiths. The high las is going into the front Doomstalker, which also has 2 judgment tokens on it.
Yeah, boy.
Here are the bolt cannons.
3s. 2
hits.
No sustained. Strength 6.
3s to wound then. 1 wound.
Twin linked.
Is it? I like
1
it.
wound.
1 wound. 1 save.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then 2 high last shots into the front Doomstalker.
Go for it.
Hitting on 3s.
Yes. They both hit.
Sustained hits D3 on that one.
Ooh, nice.
3 hits.
Strength 12 versus toughness 8 would normally be 3s to wound, but 2s to wound. Everything wounds, and it's all good AP.
I wish I had Dev.
Yeah. 4-up and vulnerable saves. I only failed 1 of them. How much damage does a high las do?
D6.
For 2 damage. The Doomstalker's on 10 wounds left. It's a start. We're coming to the Hekaspank, which is putting all the guns into the Wraiths except for 1 gun.
Yep, the Magna is going to go into the Tomb Spider.
Tomb Spider unit. Okay. What are we firing first?
I'm going to fire the heavy bolt cannons first.
Here
so 6 shots, and these are hitting on 3s with twin linked and sustained. So 6 hits.
Wounds on 3s with the modifiers. That's pretty good wounding text.
6 wounds.
Is it AP minus anything?
AP -1.
Is the cover in the way between you and me?
The Hekaton ignores it.
Does it? Okay, so ignore that then.
Pan-spectral scanner.
Pan-spectral, right. 4 up invulnerable saves. How much damage?
2 each.
2 each. Wow. So, feeling of the pains. That'll be on 1 Wraith with 4 wounds. And it's alive. And now it's dead. And this is on the other Wraith. So 1 dies, 1's on 3 wounds. It's got an auto cannon as well.
Hitting on 3s.
Nice.
Strength 7.
Okay, 2s to wound then with the modifiers. 4 wounds.
Yep, -1 again.
I fail 3 of the saves.
2 damage each again.
5 up, feel no pain on injured Wraith. It's still alive on 1 wound, and then it probably dies. Now it dies. You've cut that unit in half. There's 3 left with the Technomancer. Now the Magna Rail, the big gun on top.
Hitting on a 4 because he doesn't have a judgment token.
Okay. Hits. Brilliant.
Strength. Winning on 2s.
Strength
It's
really
like
high.
16.
Yeah. Oh, that's a 1. The heavy Magna Rail cannon, strength 18 in fact. It's a really big gun, but unfortunately that's all the firepower up the centre of the battle grid. So we're coming across here to the left side of the battle grid. The bikes are out of range. This Sagittal can fire through the rock pile there and hit these wraiths. Bolt cannon, 3s to hit because of judgment tokens. Just 1 hit.
Strength 6 with +1 to wound.
3s to wound. It does wound.
1 at -1.
-1. Does that have ignore cover?
No.
Okay, so I have got cover in the way. It doesn't really count anyway, so that's good.
And then the last cannon.
Yes.
High last beam. Missed.
Snake eyes.
And then it's just the Hekaton into them.
Hekaspank doing the same thing.
Yeah, all his guns going into them now.
All of the guns.
So his bolt cannons.
Nice.
3s.
See, that's a good arrangement.
That's a good.
I was beginning to feel a bit sorry for you, but they all hit. They've got judgment token on.
They have.
Yeah.
So 3s.
3s to wound.
And twin linked.
Which you need.
Yeah. I'm gonna
roll so
that now.
Yes, change the dice.
It didn't help.
1 wound. I'm glad my dice are working really well for you. I failed the save. It is 2 damage. I do have the feeling of the pains. That is 2 damage. One of them is half dead. Then you have the auto cannon at the back.
Yeah. I nearly skipped that and went straight to the to the Magna. Well, that'd be a bad idea.
Yeah.
3s.
There we go. There we go.
And 2s.
2s because of the... And then no cover on this.
No cover on that.
So 4 open buns. And 2 damage.
2 damage.
One's on 2 wounds. I need to make at least a 5. I don't make a 5. You killed a Wraith. There's one dead Wraith. And now the big gun of doom.
Hitting on a 3.
Yes.
Miss.
It misses. With 1 destroyed Wraith in this squad and 3 destroyed Wraiths in this squad and the Doomstalker injured, that is the end of the shooting phase for the Leagues of Votann, and there are no charges coming up. So they get 5 points for securing No Man's Land. The Necrons also want to secure No Man's Land, and with the area denial, take the centre of the battle grid. But first, in the command phase, we do some reanimation stuff. So we're going to start down here with the unit of Wraiths, and I'm going to put a Wraith back in on 2 wounds. Then, when it comes to the Canoptek Doomstalker, it would be a D3, but it's 2D3 because the Reanimator. So that thing, naturally a minimum 2, so he's going to be okay. And at this point, I suddenly realised, wouldn't it be really good if the Canoptek Reanimator was forward? I should have put him there, because then I could have increased the aura for the reanimation, because this unit here will reanimate D3 as well. So a Wraith back in on 2 wounds in both of the Wraith squads. Necron swarm advances, electricity flickers across the battlefield, and here we are partway into the movement phase, because I've got this objective down here, and I need to secure the central objective as well to get secure No Man's Land, which means kill the bikers, and the unit of warriors are in range of it, and if I kill the Sagittor as well, I'll get extra points. Advancing with this unit of Wraiths over here, and advancing with this unit of Wraiths over here. Those are the only advancing units. But during the movement phase, you want to overwatch with your bikers into the Wraiths.
Yep.
And you get your CP back on a 5.
I've already got my CP.
Oh yeah, you've already got it back. So you're overwatching away. So hitting on 6s with lots of shots.
Shotguns first.
Yes.
6s.
There's 2 6s. Brilliant.
Strength 5. So 4s with a +1 to wound.
Yes. There's 2 wounds. AP?
No.
No AP. Fail the save. How much damage?
Just 1.
And make the feel no pain, however.
Cool. Then the rotary cannon.
Yes.
Each 6 is 2 hits.
There's 2 hits right there.
Strength 6.
Okay. 3s to wound with the modifiers. 2 wounds.
-1.
2 failed saves. 2 feeling of the pains. One of the Wraiths dies. You do kill one. That's good.
It is good. And then the autocannons.
Okay. 6s with the Magna Coil autocannon. Now, that actually worked out really well, because one of these is on 2 wounds. Then at the end of the movement phase, I could have healed another D3. But you've killed one in Overwatch, so there's no Wraiths to heal. But I'm going to start off the shooting phase with the Wraiths shooting their transdimensional beamers at the bikes. We're going to be hitting on 4s, reroll 1s. We're not in our thingy bob, and these are going to need 5s to wound. That is 2 wounds. -2.
6 up saves.
Nice. Do you know what's even worse?
Are they 2 damage?
They're 3 damage.
Oh, you killed 2 bikes.
3 wounds a bike, except for that guy with a gunner on the back. He's got 4 wounds, so you spread it across that way. Then the Technomancer will pull out his Staff of Light and zap you with electricity. Staff of Light hits on 4s. Wounds on a 5. Doesn't wound. We're going to move from the centre to this unit of spiders. One of them can see through, so he's going to fire through his 2 particle beamers at the bikes for D6 shots each, for 9 shots. Strength 6 versus toughness 6. Wounds on 4s. 6s are devastating. 3 4-up saves. 3 normal wounds. I kill that guy on 1 wound remaining. Put that bike down to 2 wounds remaining. So I've got a bike on 2 wounds remaining, and this unit of immortals looking at them. And I think this is overkill, so I'm going to split fire because it always works. 5 of the immortals, so 10 shots will go into the bikes, and then the other 10 shots will come into the warriors back here. We hit on 3s because we are things. Units not entirely within a power matrix, so not re-rolling there, and they don't wound at all. So yeah, didn't actually tickle the bike. Here's into the warrior squad. Strength 5 versus toughness 5. Those are lethal, and Azachan also spent a CP on void armor. So these are all 3-up saves. And I take out 2 of them. So the spiders are going to try and finish them off. I suddenly realised that actually I don't want to put any more shots into the biker. I want to charge the biker because I'm not on that objective yet.
That's not very nice.
I need to charge him. Here's 4d6 shots with the particle beamers, number of shots. These hit on 3s, re-roll the 1s, which I'm just suddenly remembering. and 3s to wound. That 6 is a devastating wound. These are 4-up saves. I wiped the squad. First squad wiped out, so the Canoptek Team Spikers pick up their judgment token, and yeah, that's 3 points at least for area denial after a kill your bike in close combat, because that would definitely happen. I won't fail anything when I go charging in there. We're now going to try and get up 6. I mean, I have got area. No, I need to charge it. I need to charge it. So Canoptek Doomstalker number 1 is going to fire down at this Sagittar. And it has D6 plus 1 shots for only 2 shots. This will hit on 3s. And it's strength 14?
Toughness 10.
Toughness 10, yeah. So 3s to wound. 1 wound at -3. Need a 6. Don't get a 6. That's 3 damage. It's got a tickly underslung gun, which is... no, doesn't miss, doesn't hit. Doomstalker number 2. Firing in at the same target. This time I've got 3 shots, hitting on 3s with the re-roll, and 3s to wound. That is 3 wounds, 3 6-up saves. You've got to pass at least 2 of these to keep it alive, and you do pass 2 of these to keep it alive. It's on 3 wounds left. So the last Doomstalker will fire at it as well. This is 3 more shots with the twin linked. Only 2 hits, 3s to wound, 2 wounds, 2 more 6s to keep it alive.
No.
It's dead. So the Sagittar is gone, and it exploded, putting a wound on the bike, a wound on the Heckerspank. The Doomstalker has picked up a judgment token as well, so 2 of them have got 2. This one's got a 1, and that's the end of my shooting phase. Now the Wraiths are going to try and charge the biker. We make the charge. Crump we get in there. I was thinking about charging the Scarabs in as well to do some move blocking, but do I need to? Yeah, let's charge them in. My gut says yes. But Zeke says no. So let's claw that biker apart, hitting on 4s, re-rolling 1s, and wounding on 4s. 3 5-up saves. Kill the biker. They've already got 2 judgment tokens on them. I forgot to move, shoot, move with my Chronomancer. You reminded me, so I'm just going to move them back, and then we'll close out turn 1. So we did that. The Chronomancer moved back over here with his unit of Immortals. Then the other unit, even though it didn't shoot, it can move. It's in fact, you can do that. So they've moved forward as well, pushing forward as much as possible. And that is the end of Necron's turn 1. I have got area denial for 5 points and secured my no man's land. So it's 10 points to 5 in favour of the Necrons at the end of turn 1. However, the Leagues are going to pick up 10 points on the primary, putting them 5 points in the lead at the start of turn 2, 15 points to 10, and they do have reserves that can come on as we've gone to the Leagues, turn 2. I made the Space Dwarves angry. They just want to kill stuff in turn 2. Kill stuff in range of objectives up to a maximum of 5 points and just kill stuff. The order from the League shouts out, kill as much of these Xenos as possible. We're moving forward with the Sagittar, getting out. We're moving around with a Heckerchonk, getting out. There'll be a lot of guns coming into those Wraiths round here. Haikal got out of his big land fortress as well, and the bikes can fly. They've got grav chutes. They haven't got wheels, they float. So they're over the top, looking down the middle as well. And then this unit have moved around to engage these Wraiths. There's a nice horseshoe effect coming all the way around the battle grid. You've outflanked on that side with the Thunderkin. And then over here, the big unit of Hearthguard have a deep struck in right in my deployment zone. So I'm definitely going to overwatch these guys. Because these big Doomstalkers, they overwatch on 5s and they have blast. So it's D6 plus 1, but D6 plus 3 because of the size of the squad. For only 4 shots. So I'm going to spend another CP to re-roll the number of shots and get that all the way up to a lot. 9 shots. Doomstalkers hit on 5s when they overwatch, and I can re-roll everything because they are in my power matrix. Would wound on 2s, but with a modifier. Wounding on 3s, and that is 3 wounds at AP -3. They need to make their 5-up saves.
And 3
of them get wiped out. So while I killed 3 of them, it did cost me 2 CP to do it. Now we're going on to the League's shooting phase. The Magna Rail is coming into the Doomstalker on 1 judgment token. And then all the guns going into the Wraiths right in front. Magna Rail.
Hit on 3.
Yes. It misses.
Yep.
Always misses. Bolt cannons.
Threes.
Threes to hit, yeah. I've got 2 judgment tokens on that unit.
So
nice. Yeah.
Strength 6.
Toughness 6, but +1 to wound.
So 3s. Rerolling for twin linked.
Nice. AP?
1.
So I need a lot of 4s coming up here. I don't get a lot of 4s. 2 damage a time. Here's the feeling of the pains. The injured one dies, and the other fella is on 1 wound. Cannon of the auto variety.
Hitting on 3s.
Yeah. We have 4 hits.
And then winning on 2s.
Yes. We have 3 wounds. -1. 4 up saves. And that's 4 damage, right? One's on 1 wound remaining. He's dead. And another guy takes a wound. Now the unit that got out of the Hekachonk are shooting at the unit of Wraiths. But first, one of them's chucking a grenade. So you roll 6 dice. On 4s, I take mortal wounds. And that is 4 mortal wounds. That's a good grenade.
That's a very good grenade.
Here's the feeling of the pains. I take 2 wounds. One of them's down to 1 wound remaining. And then we're going to fire loads of bolt guns. This is the unit with bolt guns.
So 3s.
Yes.
This is the judgment token.
Yes. That's really good shooting, Tex.
That's really good shooting.
Yeah.
They're point blank, so you'd hope they could hit.
Yeah.
Strength 4 with +1 to wound.
4s to wound.
And then re-rolling because the Hekachonk shot them as well.
Okay. Yeah, they've got that razorback ability. So because they've got out of the vehicle this turn, they can re-roll wounds. And this is AP dash.
Correct.
So 3 up saves. And then the feeling of the pain. Another one falls. I've got 3 wraiths remaining. One's down to 3 wounds remaining. Unit number 2 is rinsing and repeating on 3s.
Not quite as accurate.
Not as accurate. 4s to wound.
But with just as potent.
Yes, with the full reroll. 4 3s. And the feeling of the pain. Another wound. And there's another unit. The unit that got out from the Sagittars. Firing into them. Here's their bolt guns.
On 3s.
Yes.
They can hit this time.
They can hit this time.
5s? 4s even.
3 wounds. 3 wounds. 3 saves.
Yep, you're good. The L7?
You need an L8, mate. Oh no, this time it hits.
Yeah.
2s to wound. It
Wounds
wounds.
as well.
I make the save. You need an L8, not an L7. I tell you, it's a much better.
Missed.
Oh, it's a okay. I've used the L8 personally. You know, it's a
none
much
of the
better gun.
Magnaros have hit yet.
No, but when it does, it'll be glorious.
If.
Still got more guns. The Sagittars firing into them. Bolt cannon.
3 hits because it's sustained.
Yes.
Strength 6, so 3s.
3s to wound.
With twin linked.
3 wounds.
-1.
4 damage. So one's on 2 wounds, and he's dead, and another guy takes a wound. Now the Las beam cannon.
1 hit.
2s to wound.
1 wound.
4 up and down. No.
5.
5. Can I make 5 feel no pains? It could be done.
Could happen.
It could be. It may be.
No. He made 2.
Is he still like? Yeah, he's still got 1 wound left. That's all the shots that are going to rain into the Wraiths for now. We're coming across to the Hearthguard that deep struck in. They're shooting at the Chronomancer's unit, which would normally be -1 to hit, but they don't suffer the modifiers because of what now?
Grim demeanour. The guy leading them has never smiled.
Okay. Right. Grenade launchers. 7d6, but they're blast.
Yep.
So it's 7d6 plus 14
So it's
shots.
at least 21 shots.
Nice. Looking for more than 21 here.
There's more than 21.
So all of these shots hitting on 3s. But need 5s to wound. So good luck. 7 wounds came through. 7 3-up saves. Drop dice don't count. I lose 1. And then they have their disintegrators as well. These will hit on 3s. Daka, daka, daka. Daka, daka. Strength 5, toughness 5.
4s.
6s are devastating, and
Well,
there's
there's
some
3.
devastating wounds. What's the AP on this?
There isn't one.
No AP. So 3 devastating. These are 3-up saves. I lose 6 in total, plus the 1. That's 7 from that volley of fire. And the champion's got his 4-shot combi bolter hitting on 2s.
It'll hit.
Nice. Strength 5, toughness 5.
Strength 4, so 5s.
Okay.
1.
1 wound. And I failed that save as well. Wow. 8 out of 10 of that unit of Immortals get wiped out. From the right flank of the Necrons deployment zone, across the left flank of the Necrons deployment zone, because the Iron Hand Master is here, this unit is hitting on 3s. They've got anti-vehicle 2 up, spiders are vehicles.
Excellent.
Excellent. So
6 shots.
Not so excellent.
7?
3s to hit. It's definitely not excellent. Only 5 hits. 3 hits. 2s to wound though. And what's the AP of this?
2.
Okay, so I think it's 3 up saves, which becomes 5 up saves. I fail them all.
2 damage each.
I think that kills a spider. It does kill a spider. They have 6 wounds each. Now the Iron Master himself, 3 shots.
2s.
He hits on 2. Oh, triple 1s. Right, that's all the shooting in the backfield for the Leagues of Votann. They've got this unit of wraiths, 3 wraiths that are coming down towards the lines, down towards this unit of warriors here. So they want to do something about that. So they're going to be firing in. These have got ion though.
Yeah.
And this unit isn't marked or anything.
Nope, so 4s. 3.
Okay, 3 hits.
Strength 5.
Toughness 6, yeah. We have
minus something.
4 up and Votan. I failed the 4 up and Votan.
1 damage.
L7 missile launcher. Hits. Nice.
3 to wound.
Yep. Wounds. Minus a lot. 4 up and Votan. I make the invulnerable save. And then you have...
Magna on a 5.
It never hits. It didn't hit.
It nearly did. It skidded.
But you have a non-space wizard from space.
Yes.
He's got the hazardous thing or the non-hazardous thing?
So I'm doing his Ancestral Wrath.
Right.
I'm doing the focused one, so it's 6 shots.
Yes.
Hazardous.
Okay.
Psychic.
It gets you more shots.
Yeah, doubles my shots.
Right.
So he goes up to 6.
Okay, what does he hit on?
2s.
Nice. He is a character.
So 5 hits.
Nice, okay.
4s, because it's strength 6.
Strength 6, toughness 6.
3.
3 wounds, AP and stuff and things.
AP 2.
So 4 up and buns. And make them all. Don't roll a 1 on the hazardous. You didn't roll a 1 on the hazardous. So that...
Good.
Only put 1 wound on that unit of race there, firing everything in. So we're down into the middle pile, which we haven't done yet. The bikers, the last hecachonk, and the unit with Say Hi Carl. What we do with the bikers then, Azzachan?
So the rotary cannon's going to go into the unit Wraith Guard over there, because one's on 1 wound.
Okay.
And all their other guns are going into this middle unit.
Right, okay.
So the rotary cannon's got 6.
Yes.
With sustained hits 1.
Yes.
Hitting all 3s.
Yes. And there's 2 sustained hits. That's nice.
1 miss.
So 7 shots get through.
Strength 6.
Toughness 6, 3s to wound with modifiers. That is 4 wounds.
Minus 1.
4 minus 1, loads of cover in a way. So 3s. And then a feeling of the pain, because it's 1 damage each. That one on 1 wound are 4s. So that works. Now we're doing the autocannon shots into the wraiths on 3s. 2s to wound. That's very okay. 4 up saves. Oh, I lucked out. It's 2 damage each as well. Yeah. Feeling of the pain. None of them are injured yet in that squad. One of them's down to 1 wound now though. But they got shotguns. They're in range of the shotguns now. And they hit all the times.
4s to wound.
Okay. And they wound twice. No AP.
No AP.
And I make the saves.
Cool.
2 units left to fire now. We've got the Hecachonk is putting everything into the race, trying to thin them down, except for the big Gun of Doom, which is coming back to the middle Canoptek Doomstalker. Hits on a 3. And it misses again. It's going to hit. Turn 5. It might hit in turn 5 or something. And
so the autocannons?
Yes.
3s?
Yes. That is 3 hits.
And 2s.
That is 1 wound. That is a failed save. 2 damage. Feeling of the pains. You kill 1.
Yay.
Alt cannons.
3s?
4 hits.
But sustained?
Yes.
So 6 hits.
6 hits.
Strength 6. Plus 1.
3s to wound.
And twin linked.
Those bolt cannons are quite good, aren't they?
They are, yeah.
I like them. They're good for chipping away.
4.
Chipping away.
Minus 1.
Minus 1. 4. 4 up saves. 4 damage, right?
Yep.
Go no pains. We have 2 wraiths left with the Technomats. So the Hearthguard that want to go charging into them, I'm going to try and soften them up first, though, by firing everything into them first.
The Vulcanite from the car on 2s.
Vulcanite, yeah, okay.
He gives his unit lethal as well.
Does he?
Yeah.
Nice.
So 1 hit, or 2 hits.
Okay.
Strength 5, but dev wounds.
Yeah. 2 wounds.
Yeah, 2 wounds, 1 ignores your save.
1 ignores the save, that doesn't... That. So it's 2 damage, 1 damage.
1 damage.
One's on 1 wound remaining from the Carl. He tickles 1.
And then 5d6 grenades.
Okay. Number of shots.
6s are lethal.
Because they normally hit on 3s.
Yes.
So down to 2s. I like it. 6s are auto wounding. Because these grenades are only strength 4, so that's useful. Yeah. There's a lot of 1s
as well. There's a lot of 1s.
Yeah. The rest will wound on 4s. 3s coming up. 1's on a wound. Feeling of the pains. The 1 on a wound dies. The other guy goes down to 2 wounds. And then we're shooting in with their normal guns.
Yeah. These guys have plasma.
They have plasma? Yeah. Are you overcooking it?
They are always overcooked and they're not hazardous.
Brilliant. They know how to make those plasma.
Dark Age tech.
Yeah.
Hitting on 2s.
Yeah. Nice.
So 1 wound's all work straight away and 3 hit.
Because he's led by Carl.
These are strength 9.
2's to wound then.
3 wounds in total. Right. Minus on your own gun.
I have to do this separately because the Wraith has got an invulnerable save, which he fails, and then feel no pains. So he's on 1 wound remaining. And then he's got an invulnerable save, which he passes, and an invulnerable save, which he passes.
Cool.
He's down to 1 wound left, so you're going to have to do it in close combat, but you said you wanted to go charging in anyway.
Want to go charging in anyway, yeah.
The Leagues of Votann stopped to rearm and reload after a very successful shooting phase, wiping out about 10 units of Wraith. Well, 10, not units of Wraiths, but 10 Wraiths, cutting them down by an awful lot. Now we've got some charges. Over here, there's a 9-inch charge, the unit that deep struck in. And that's a 7. But they get a reroll because of the champion. And that's a 10. Crump, they come piling into the Cryomancer. Then in the centre, I think it's a 3 or something. And that's a 6. You make the charge in the centre as well. They make it there. The Sagittor is going to attempt to tank shock this unit of Wraiths as well, though. This needs a 9. And that's a 10. It gets in. We have a tank shock with the Sagittor. Yeah. I don't have the CP to interrupt, so we'll start here with a ramming attack from the Sagittor into the Wraith. On 5s, you do mortal wounds.
Nope.
No mortal wounds, just the tank. I like to think that the Wraith, it phased out and just dodged the blow. We're going to start the combat phase down here with Haykal and his units because he jumped out before the Hekachonk moved round this way, so he's going to go flying in. Let's see if he can kill off this last unit. Here are the Plasma Blade Gauntlets, hitting on 2s. Strength 6, but with a Judgment token, wounding on 3s. And I've got to do them separately because one of them has got a 4-up and burn. Right, how much damage does it do?
Just 1.
Feeling of the pain. He's dead. And then these are -2, 1 damage on the Technomancer. I think he only has a 4-up save. So he might be alive on 1 wound left. But there's a hammer on the Sergeant. Hammer time.
1 hit.
1 hit.
Strength 9.
1 wound. AP.
1.
He's still alive. Say hi, Carl is going to have to do it. And he hits on 2s with his axe. Oh, he hits twice.
Strength 5.
Toughness 4.
2s. -2.
I need 6s to keep my Technomancer alive. Dead Technomancer. And technically that is 2 units. The unit of Wraiths and this one in for no prisoners. And destroy units in range of objective markers. After the Warlord got to fight, now we're coming across here to the Champion. Hitting the Chronomancer's unit.
2s.
Nice. That is 5 hits.
Strength 6.
Okay, no judgment tokens on them.
No, the 3s.
3s to wound. 2 wounds.
-2.
Okay, so they need 5-up saves. One of them falls over.
Yeah.
Azchan, what have you just discovered?
He's got 2 mass driver accelerators on his back, so when
right.
he charges, he shoulder barges things and does mortal wounds.
Nice. Let's roll
He
the
turns
dice.
himself into a battering ram.
Okay.
So on a 2+, he does D3 mortal wounds. On a 6, he does D3 + 3.
Brilliant. So D3 mortal wounds.
1.
It would have killed 1. So that just leaves the Chronomancer left to face the wrath of all the Not Terminators. Here are all the Not Power Fists on 3s. And strength really high.
Yes.
So 2s to wound. And he has a 4-up invulnerable save. 2 damage each.
Yeah.
He doesn't make nearly enough. He gets wiped out. Then we did the fight over here with the Sagittar versus the last Wraith. And he didn't do any wounds to me. And the Wraith and the Technomancer put a couple of wounds on the Sagittar. It's down to 5 wounds remaining. And that's the end of turn 2 for the Leagues of Necrons. They have scored the maximum 10 points for no prisoners and overwhelming force. And the Wraith footprint is now significantly reduced. I've got a unit of 3 over here and 1 with this fella over here. But more than that, You killed one of the targets that you put a judgment token on at the start of the battle, so when does that extra CP bonus kick in and things?
In my next command phase, I will get 2 because it will be in the 3rd battle round.
Yes, okay, so 2 bonus CPs over here is good. And all of a sudden, I've got some not Terminators in my backfield and
some in your front field.
Some in my front field. Stuff outflanking over here. I will pick up 5-10 on the primaries, however, as we go to Necron's turn too. It's 20 points to 25 in favour of the Leagues of Votann, and I need to extend my battle lines and kill one of the characters. Okay, here we are after my movement phase and a little bit of Overwatch. The Wraiths tried to make a break to the backfield to pressure your home field objective over here, and they got shot in the back at the start of the movement phase from this unit, which really don't want to get charged by a unit of Scarabs.
They really don't.
So I'm going to send in a unit of Scarabs.
Please don't.
You have got a strat which allows you to fall back and shoot still, yes. But I mean, I don't. Well, I'll make you spend the CP, but I have Assassinate in my hand. So quite simply, the question was, did I bother moving my Canoptek stuff away from this murder bucket down here? And I feel like I've got enough firepower to kill them. So I didn't move them. We'll see if that comes back and bites me. And if I can kill the champion, that will be Assassinate. But up the middle, up the gut as well, we have 2 full spider units because I've reanimated 1 back in this unit. And all the Immortals which are going to fire down into, say, High Carl's blob, and then I'm going to charge in anyway if I don't manage to kill them all with shooting. And that should be another character assassinated. And then reanimating over here, these Wraiths are locked up in combat with that vehicle, so I've reanimated a Wraith back in on 2 wounds. Those Wraiths will be dead next turn. But let's kill a vehicle while we get... There's no point pulling out of there because you'll shoot the Wraiths no matter where they go. So let's at least try and take one of these vehicles out of the occasion. Occasion?
Okay. It is an occasion.
What's the word I'm looking for? It is an occasion. What's the word I'm looking for?
E equals MC squared.
That's the one. So that's what I'm trying to do. It will leave a lot of your army over here safe if I manage to pull this off. Get rid of them, hurt these, and we'll end up splitting this battlefield somewhat in half, I think. There's only 5 points in it, though. So let's start off the shooting phase with these fellas firing down their beamers over here on 4s. Everything hits, and they'll wound them on 5s, and I get 1 wound through at -2.
6 up.
And nuke one of them.
Damage?
3.
I'm going to try it.
Oh, you got Medipack.
I was close.
Very close.
You
gave him some sweeties, but not enough. So let's get to this unit of spiders firing 4d6 particle beamers into Haykarls in the middle. Hello.
I'm going to Void Armor.
What does that do?
Reduces all of your AP for the rest of the phase by 1.
Their AP is... Oh, yeah. Well, their AP is dash, but their AP is better. So you're Void Armoring up. That puts you to 0 CP. This is D6 shots plus 4 because of Blast. Hitting on 3s, re-rolling the 1s. Then wounding on 4s. No devastating there. And these are all 2-up saves. So 4 2-up saves. And you're good. So, because they're AP dash and you got Void Armor and thing. I'm going to fire the other 4 spiders up at the bikes because they only have 4-up saves, right?
Yep.
Okay, 4d6 shots. 12 shots. 3s, re-rolling 1s. 4s to wound. That 6 is devastating. 4-up saves. I managed to nuke one of them. Same thing with the Immortals. I was lining them up to shoot at your not Terminators, but because of the CP, I'm going to fire up at the Bikers. I'm just going to have to deal with them in close combat, or at least try and tie them up in close combat. The Immortals hit on 3s. Reroll those 1s. Gauss. 6s are lethal. The rest wound on 5s, and Warriors reroll 1s to wound. Lots of 5-up saves. And some dead bikes.
1 dead.
Right, on to Canoptek Doomstalker number 1, firing the big blast gun down here and the little stickly guns underneath over here. One of them shot out and killed that biker left on 1 wound remaining. Then it'll be D6 plus 1 but plus 2 because of blast shots into these guys. And I hit on 3s. And I'm winning on 3s because of your thing.
-1, yeah.
And they're all -3.
So 5 up.
3 damage. Each failed save will kill 1.
4?
4, yes. Oh, I killed 3. Right, there's 4 left and the champion. Let's fire number 2 in. 3s to hit. re-rolling. 3s to wound. Only 3 wounds. 3 more. 5 up saves. 3 more die. So there's 1 left with the champion, and the last shot comes in and only get 2 hits. So I'm going to command point that and get that up to 6 hits.
Oof.
Which hit on 3s with the full reroll, and wound on 3s for that many wounds.
So 1 at a time?
Yes.
5 up.
He's dead. Now we're on to the champion. He takes 3 damage. Then I fired in the Canoptek Reanimator as well and got the champion down to 1 wound remaining.
So close.
And that's it for my shooting phase. I haven't assassinated anyone, and he's on 1 wound. He's going to be a problem. I guess he's going to come charging through and smash one of these, and then they'll be firing out a close combat for the rest of the game, I guess. They've all got 2 judgment tokens on now. So, well, that happened. I'm not going to get assassinate, but let's try and get... Oh, we've already got extend battle lines. Let's do some charges. We're going to start off with the scarabs into these guys. They go 10. Then we're going to do the spiders. They're in. Then these scarabs. They're in. And then the wraiths over there. Well, that's enough. Let's start in the fight with the centre then. The spiders, they're vehicles. So we're going to tank shock. We're going to tank shock this unit of Not Terminators. Looking for 5s here. And I do 2 mortal wounds to them.
Kill 1.
Then at the start of the fight phase, one of these blows up. And on a 2, I do D3 mortal wounds. For another 2 mortal wounds, killing another one. Then we're going to sandpaper you with the scarabs as they try and sandblast their way through the Not Terminator stuff. They do hit on 5s, however. I am re-rolling 1s, and 6s are lethal. 2 lethal. Then I need 6s. Okay, so 3 wounds, no AP. I don't tickle any. That's it for the scarabs. Then the spiders punch out on 4s, re-rolling 1s. And these are strength 8. So I'm winning you on 3s.
But 4s because of the -1?
Yes, winning you on 4s. Only up wound at -2, 2 damage. And I punch another one into the dust. And there's still 2 Terminators left and say hi, Carl. So I haven't assassinated anyone over there. Right, let's go to the backfield. Wraith versus Warriors. Hitting them on 4s. Re-rolling the 1s. This is strength 6, but because of not Gandalf, they're toughness 6. So only do 2 wounds at -1.
So 5 up saves?
Yep. 2 damage each, and you've got a medivac. So in the end, I only kill 1 in close combat.
Kill a drone.
Kill a drone. Then we're going to come over here to these scarabs doing loads of work against the Ironkin.
Yep.
Then we rolled for that fight off camera because not a lot would happen. 3 assistants died and you killed a couple of bases. That's after 1 blew up as well. So they're currently locked up. And we came over here to the fight back with the Warriors versus the Wraiths, and you put a wound on one of my Wraiths. They were angry little Space Dwarves. But we'll film the fight in the centre. This is where I ended up after piling in scarabs and spiders and things. And you're in a target-rich environment, my friend. So, how do you want to divide your attacks?
All of it's into the scarabs.
So you're not dividing anything?
No.
You just want to kill the scarabs?
Yes.
Okay.
Because they do mortal wounds.
Okay.
So I've got my Blade Gauntlet first.
Yes.
So on 3s, because they don't have any judgment tokens on them.
Okay.
1 hit.
Nice. Oh.
Nope.
Yeah, right, okay.
Concussion Hammer.
Right.
4s, 1 hit.
What? Oh, okay.
3 damage.
Okay, 1's on 1 wound.
And then the Carl, he hits on 2s.
Okay, he will do something.
They all hit.
He hits.
Strength 5.
2s to wound.
3 at -2, 2 damage.
Okay, so that will kill the injured one, and that kills another one. You take out 2 of the scarabs.
Yeah.
We finished off the combat with the Wraiths versus the Sagittar. Over here, I remembered to put another D3 wounds on that Wraith at the end of the movement phase. And essentially, Wraith on 3 wounds and 1 on full wounds. Sagittar on 4. I haven't killed it. And I didn't kill a character either. So I've only got 5 points for extending my battle lines, which means at the end of turn 2, it is a dead draw at 25 points each. Space Dwarves pick up 10 points on the primaries, putting them back in the lead at 35 points to 25. They want to defend their stronghold. until the end of my turn for 3 points, and deploy Teleport Homer either in the centre of the battle grid or in my deployment zone. Here we are after the movement and command phase for the Leagues of Votann. It started off quite well down here, spending a CP so the unit can fall back and shoot, because this unit want to defend their stronghold. And then deploy a Teleport Homer in the backfield for 5 ZP. All you needed to do was pass a Battle Shock test on your Carl, on your champion with a reroll, and tell the people what happened.
He failed it twice.
He failed it twice. Snake Eyes on the second roll. No deploying a Teleport Homer down here. So he's just stood there. I did keep Assassinate in my hand as well, because I was wondering, I didn't know what cards you draw, and if he'd move off towards me, then I was going to shoot him in the face in your turn and get those points. So not only did he not deploy the Teleport Homer, but he's going to get shot in the face in my turn.
Yeah.
And I should get
Good job, buddy. Good job.
Yeah, it's well done. Well done. That happened. It's always whenever I choose not to, hey, we won't do that on camera because you've got a reroll. We'll definitely do it.
It'll be fine.
It'll be fine. And then it didn't happen. Over here, the 2 units of bolter guys have jumped back inside the Hekachonk. The Sagittar is still in close combat with those 2 wraiths over there. The Carl is still in combat with the scarabs and the spiders over here. And these guys are still in combat over here, because eventually his axe, he should be able to dig through them eventually.
Yeah.
We're hoping. But we're going to go on to the shooting phase. You've picked up extra CP this turn for killing your judgment target token thing last turn. And we're going to start with all the warriors laying down lots of firepower into the wraiths and start off with a grenade.
Bolt gun.
A bolt gun.
Yeah, they're not throwing a grenade.
We're not throwing a grenade. Okay. Bolt gun. Misses.
Nope.
I haven't got any judgment tokens on them. Ion blasters.
Yep, 7 of them.
Force to hit. Strength 7, toughness 6. 3 wounds.
-2.
Invulnerable saves. I fail 1. The injured wraith gets cut in half.
L7.
L7.
Miss.
Brilliant.
And the Magna Rail.
It hits. The
It's
Magna
a miracle.
Rail, it hits.
It's
The
a
Magna Rail.
miracle.
Can it wound though?
2s.
It wounds.
That's death wounds.
What is it? Devastating wounds?
Yeah.
How many wounds?
D3 + 3.
D3 + 3. Well, you definitely killing that. D3 + 3 devastating wounds. Now, in the old, before the fact, that would have killed both of them.
It would have.
Now it just nukes one of them. They're angry dwarfs, aren't they? They're defending that stronghold like a boss.
And then I've got the Grimnir as well.
Okay, Grimnir. Knock
Doing the
down.
hazardous one because
It's going to be fine.
fortune favours the brave, right?
Okay.
So 5 hit.
Okay.
Strength 6.
Yeah.
2 at -2.
2 at -2. 2 failed saves.
D3 each.
That's Snake Eyes. He's on 2 wounds remaining. Unless you want to CP one of them and try and get a 5 or 6. Do you really want to try and kill
They 4
Wraith?
wounds each.
They are 4 wounds each.
No, it's fine because I've got the OC that you're not taking that
Yeah,
off.
I can't OC it off you, and there's nothing else that can get up here fast enough to take it off you. You will defend your stronghold. Then we're moving across to this flank where this Hekaspank is firing everything into the Canoptek Doomstalker in the front. Who the what now?
I'm going to spend a command point to give it sustained hits too because that thing's got judgment tokens and I want it dead.
Nice.
Hitting on 3s.
Was it the autocannon?
And that's 2 hits because it's sustained hits. So
Nice.
Full house.
Okay.
Toughness.
10.
So 4s because of my +1.
8.
4s 2.
-1. 4 up and buns.
2 damage.
Okay, 2 damage. It's on 10 left.
Bolt cannons.
Bolt cannons. Hits all the times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With
the sustained.
Yeah. Strength 6 with +1 to wound.
Force to wound.
And twin linked.
That's good.
That's really good.
That's good.
That many saves.
That's
-1.
-1. Cover? I don't think there's any cover.
It ignores it.
Oh, ignores it.
Because of the panspectral scanner.
4s. That is a dead Doomstalker, which it doesn't deadly demise. You take the first one out with ease without even firing the big gun of Doom that way.
Yeah.
After Hekaspank number 1, Sagittar fired into close combat into the Wraiths. Didn't do any damage. Now we're across to Hekaspank number 2, firing everything at the spiders right in front.
Yep. So -1 to hit because you're in combat.
Yes.
In your vehicle, but +1 to hit because of my judgment token.
You've got double
so
judgment
I'm on
tokens
4s.
on them now. Yes.
So this is the autocannon.
Okay.
3 hit.
Yes.
Strength 7.
Toughness 7.
So 3s because of the +1 to wound. 2 at -1.
2 4-up saves. Takes 2 damage.
Yep.
Bolt
4s.
Canon.
So 4 hits because of sustain.
Yes.
Strength 6 with +1 to wound. 4s.
4s to wound. I've got to check if they're toughness 7. I'm saying they're toughness 7. They are toughness 7. 4s at -1, so 4s. That will kill the injured one, which can blow up. Doesn't blow up, and 1 goes down to 4 wounds remaining.
And the Magna Rail hitting on a 3 because it's heavy and it stays still.
Brilliant. And it misses.
Told you.
You've done your Magna Rail shot now. You've hit once.
Yeah, that's it for the game.
That's it for the game. That's the thing for the game. The interesting thing about that is, because you killed one, I no longer control that objective. You've got 1, 2, 3 there, and I've only got 2 points there because Scarab. Man, actually, that drops him down to.
He's only got 1 anyway.
Yeah, and the Scarabs drop your OC down by 1, but not below 1.
Right.
So suddenly you control that objective. It does stop me getting 5 points on the primary. With the death of that spider, that is the end of the shooting phase. The only charge this turn is this Heckerspank going into these wraiths and tank shocking. Let's see how many water wounds he does on 5s. 2. 2 feel no pains. 1 is on 1 wound remaining, and then he gets to 5.
6 attacks on 3s?
Yep. 1 hit. Wounds on a 2. Does wound. 3 up save. I'm okay. And because that's it for the charging units, I now fight. It's got to be in the middle. This spider's got to try and take on some of these Terminators. On 4s. 4 1s there. Fortunately, I re-roll once. And if you hadn't killed the spider, I'd be re-rolling everything. I only hit once. I do wound, though, at -2. 2 damage. And punch one of the Terminators into dust. So you're going to fight back here. Carl's going to hit the spider. The guy with a hammer is going to hit the Scarabs.
Yes.
Nice. What are we doing first?
Carl first.
Carl first. He hits all the times.
Strength 5 with +1 to wound.
4s to wound. He doesn't wound. Carl doesn't wound. His arm is a bit tired.
Oh dear.
Hammer time?
Yeah, 3. 2 hit.
Yep. 2 wounds.
Yeah, -1.
Flat
3.
Okay, so that will kill one of the bases. That kills a base, drops 1 down to 1 wound remaining. Before we fight back there, we'll come over here. This Scarab on 1 wound is going to decide to blow up.
Yep.
I roll a 1. It's a dud. It goes. Pfft. Then we rounded out that combat. I managed to kill one of your assistants, and you put 1 wound back on the Scarab. So there's 2 Scarabs locking out down this shooting unit. Then we came back over here to Sagittor versus Wraiths one more time, banging against each other. Sagittor's on 4 wounds, one of my Wraiths is on 1 wound. We're all locked up here. That's what's happening over there. And then we're down into the middle. I've got a dude on 1 wound. Is it a dud again? Because we're going to blow up. It is a dud again. That's a 1. Doesn't do anything.
Especially picking the 1 wound ones. They don't have enough Scarabs to make a big explosion.
Yeah, it's just a little... Then I did my attacks. Didn't manage to hurt the dudes in the middle, and that is the end of Leagues of Votann, turn 3. So we know they didn't deploy a teleport helmet down here. He dropped it. He's dropped it after they got hit by all the blasts from the Doomsday Stalkers, and he's trying to find it in that rock pile over there. So you don't get any points for the secondaries this turn, but you are defending your stronghold, and there's no way I can stop you doing that unless I somehow shoot them off of it and make them fail a battle shock test. So it's 35 to 25 in favour of the Leagues of Votann. I'm on 1, 2 objectives. So it'll be 35 points each. This game is a dead draw. We're going to do lots of reanimating and go on to Necrons. Turn 3. So here are the Necron orders. As well as assassinate that champion, I need to cleanse objectives in No Man's Land. Here we are after my movement phase, command phase, reanimation, all of those sorts of shenanigans. Back up to 3 Scarabs down here, locking up your shooting unit, while the spiders cleanse this objective over here. The Wraith that you've shot at, the Wraith of 1, nibbling away at your backfield objective, is battle shocked and up to 3 wounds. I tried to fly over one of them in the movement phase and kill one with Wraith form, but I didn't kill one. I'm not sure he's going to do much work down there, but what else is he going to do? He's just going to nibble away, nibble away, nibble away. Chronomancer busting forward through the centre. This unit of Scarabs are battle shocked. And this unit of Wraiths are battle shocked, which is really annoying because we were talking about it off camera. If they weren't battle shocked, I wanted to jump them up and over and on to this objective there, which stops you getting 5 points on the primary, but it would have also made sure that the center of the battle grid would have been my command nexus thing, power matrix. It means I'd have been able to re-roll all hit rolls in the middle.
Neo is very disappointed you didn't make it the Matrix.
Yeah, Neo, the Matrix, isn't happening right now. Yeah, so I'm just cleansing. I need to assassinate. Let's shoot a big gun of doom down at the iron here while he's fumbling in this rock pile, trying to find...
Pick on the short guy.
Trying to deploy his teleport homer. I've got 4 shots. This will hit him on 3s, re-rolling, and wound him on...
2s.
It's 2s now, right? Because he's no longer leading the unit.
Dead.
So I hit him and wound him 3 times. And he gets nuked. Down in the centre, spiders are vehicles, so I can shoot into combat. I'll shoot in 5 times. 5s though. Still 2 hits. And 1 wound, which is devastating.
Oh.
Next to the spider, the Chronomancer's unit fired up at the Hekachonk, didn't manage to wound it, and then moved, and now have got me round to that objective. So the centre of the battle grid is my control matrix, which will help me in close combat against your Carl. And now I've got 1 more Doomstalker who can actually shoot at something. There's not a lot of things to shoot at. Let me get down and have a good look. 1 minute. It's a blast gun. So I can't shoot into combat. You can't shoot blasts into engagement range. So the only thing I can shoot at is your Hekachonk. So let's shoot your Hekachonk. And I shoot it twice. On 3s. Re-rolling. Strength 14.
Toughness 12.
Doesn't wound. That was the end of my shooting phase. So we had a charge. This Wraith went charging into the unit of warriors and bounced. Did no damage whatsoever. Then defenders get to fight next. In the centre, we're back to Carl and the last remaining Terminator. At the start of the fight phase, though, I should keep remembering to do this because I think it's at the start of the fight phase. Yeah, I'm just double checking. It happens at the start of the fight phase. I should blow up first. This one is not a dud, and on a 6, it's nasty. On a 6, that is a flat 3 mortal wounds, killing the last of the Terminators, putting your Carl down to 2 wounds. I need to do the blow up over here as well.
That one's a dud.
That one's a dud again. But you're going to fight back here, because let's see if you can kill your way out of combat, because then you can actually shoot next turn.
So 6 attacks from these dudes on 4s.
Yes. 4 hits.
Good start.
Nice. Okay, 2s to wound.
Good start.
I need to make a 6 to keep a Scarab base alive. I make a 6. 1's on 1 wound.
And then 3 attacks from this dude.
Yes.
2 hits.
1 wound. Kills that base. You don't manage to break your way out of close combat. No. Then I'm going to come back to the centre. Swing my spider. So he hits on 4s, and this time I'm re-rolling all hits because the centre of the battle grid is in my power matrix. And I'm wounding on 3s, and that is 4 wounds on your Carl at -2, 2 damage.
You dead.
And that's Slay the Warlord. Dude, I just remembered another thing. Sorry, new codex. At the start of my command phase, that spider would have put a base back in there. Yeah. That's what they do. We'll continue the fights back with the warriors in the backfield scrabbling at that lone wraith. And the Sagittar and these wraiths banging against each other 1 more time. Then we rounded out the end of turn 3. This combat is now ongoing. My wraith is on 1 wound remaining, and there are 9 warriors left there with not Gandalf, who have successfully defended that stronghold and got the Leagues of Votann up to 38 points. Down here, the shooter unit are locked up with 1 Scarab while the spiders look on and cleanse that objective over there. In the middle of the battlefield, however, I've taken this objective, got rid of Carl, and got rid of the Iron Hair champion that was down here. And then down here, the Hekachonk and the Sagittar and the Wraiths continue to fight each other. That Sagittar is down to 2 wounds. One of my Wraiths is down to 2 wounds. But with the cleansing and with the assassinating, the Necrons are finally in the lead. It's 43 points to the Necrons, 38 points to the Leagues of Votann. This objective is sticky and the Leagues control that one, so they're going to pick up 10 points as we go on to Leagues, turn 4. And the Leagues want to extend their battle lines, which they're already doing, and storm a hostile objective, take one of these objectives off of the Necrons. In the movement phase, the combat with the Scarabs in the corner is finally over because you decided to fall back and you spent a CP so they can fall back, shoot and charge. And after you've done that as well, the Brokir can heal one of them up. So he's gone back up to 3 wounds. This combat is ongoing and you control this objective. And this objective is sticky, so you control No Man's Land for extending your battle lines. They're all locked up over there. And as for Storm or Hostile Objective, well, I have got 2/4 OC. This has got an OC of 5, and with a handbrake turn and a bit of a skid, if it goes charging in there, Tokyo Drift in there, you can storm the hostile objective in the middle of the battle grid. But before any wheelies and handbrake turns, we're going to go back to the Thunderkin, trying to fire in at the Scarabs or the Spiders? Spiders. Shooting at the Spiders. 9 times on 3s, being led by the Brokir, and you've gone back to bad dice rolling again.
Yeah, I have. 2s because your vehicles. 3.
Okay.
-2.
-2. 5 up saves. How much damage?
2.
Okay, so 1 was injured, he's dead, and doesn't blow up, and the other one goes down to 4 wings.
And then 3 shots from the Thunderkit, the Brokir himself.
Okay.
On 2s. 2 hit. 2s. 2 wounds -1.
1 failed save?
Flat 3.
1's on 1 wound remaining.
Yep.
From one side of the battle grid across to the other side of the battle grid, the Sagittar and the Hekachonk were pouring everything into the race. You're trying to break out of this combat here.
Bolt cannons?
Yes.
4s because of the combat?
Yes.
And then 3s? 1 at -1.
Failed to save. 2 damage. Feeling of the pains. 1 takes 2 wounds. He's dead. 1 was on 2 wounds. Last cannon time.
Yep. They both hit.
Both of them hit. Nice. 2s to wound. Both of them wound. 4 up invulnerable save on a Wraith. 4 up invulnerable save on a Wraith. The Wraith's okay. Hekaspank is doing the same thing, except for the Magna Rail, which is going back at one of the Doomstalkers, which of course is going to miss. But here's all the bolt guns first.
Yeah, bolt cannons.
Yes.
1.
1 hit. Brilliant. Doesn't wound.
Twin linked. 1 wound to -1.
2 damage.
Yep.
Feeling of the pains. 1 damage. One of the Wraiths is on 3 wounds left.
And then the autocannon.
Yes.
3 hit.
Nice. 2s to wound.
Yep, 3 wounds.
3 wounds at -1, 2 damage. I technically have to do it separately because invulnerable saves. And the Wraith is still on 3 wounds remaining. You just can't break out of that combat there.
And then the Magna Rail at the...
It's going to hit on 3s. He stood still and he... Oh, it misses. Of course it misses.
Every time.
What are you doing with a Hekaspank in the middle then?
So I'm going to shoot the Magna Rail
Yes.
into the Tomb Spider.
Okay.
The bolt cannons into the Scarabs.
Yes.
And the autocannon into the Immortals.
Splitting across 3 different targets.
Yep.
I love it.
Fortune favours the brave.
Here's the Magna Rail rifle.
On a 3.
It hits.
It hits.
It hits.
On a 2.
It wounds. That's a wound.
-4.
I don't get a save.
D6 + 6.
It's dead. It's dead and it doesn't blow up. First target neutralised. Now all the bolt cannons and things.
Into the Scarabs on 4s.
That's okay.
Yeah, those miss.
Yeah.
But those sustain.
Those are sustained. These are wounded on 2s with no save.
And twin linked.
Yeah. At 2 damage a time. You don't even have to twin link it. He's killed the Spider. He's killed the Scarabs. Now the remaining shots going into the Chronomancer's unit, the Immortals. These are hitting on 5s because Chronomancer.
Yep.
And
2 hit.
Nothing on them yet.
1 wound.
1 wound. -1, right?
Yes.
It's really cocklet. I'm okay. 2 out of 3 targets, not bad. And can you kill this last Wraith over here with your pistols?
Maybe.
Hitting them on 4s.
And then winning on 5s.
That is
2
wounds. No AP. 2 3-up saves on my Wraith. Kills the Wraith unless a command point it. There's no point in command point. I mean, what's he doing down there? You've killed him. You killed him. So at the end of the shooting phase, while this combat goes on and on and on, you've broken away a lot of Necrons in the centre and cleared your backfield. Then you need to storm a hostile objective.
I need to storm a hostile objective.
And we're just thinking about it. If you did a handbrake turn into the Chronomancer's unit, then I would be able to pile in and then I'd OC you off of it.
Yep.
So you can't storm that one. But the strat that you spent to fall back, shoot and charge means that this is a 7-inch charge against that Spider on 1 wound remaining. How many CP do you have?
None.
Okay, so it's
no pressure.
It's just a 7.
It's
Here
just
we
a
go.
7. That's not a 7.
That's a Snake Eyes. It couldn't get any worse, and that is the end of Votan. Turn 4. What? Oh no. Warriors. Yes, the Warriors. The Warriors were doing some charges over here going into the race. The Warriors got in. As a Chan, tell people what you got for this.
I got a 9 for that one.
They got a 9, but they only needed Snake Eyes, but they got the 9 and they go charging in there. Now we fight. Close combat weapons?
Yeah, 4 attacks, 1 3s.
Okay.
They will hit.
+1 to wound though.
4s?
3 wounds. There's a Wraith on 3 wounds there. There's a Wraith that could die unless I make it feel no pains. Oh no, a Wraith only takes a wound. Yep. It's on 2 wounds remaining.
And then the Sergeant with the kin melee weapon.
Okay.
Hits once.
Right.
Wounds not.
It doesn't wound.
Nope. Strength 5.
Strength. Oh. Well, I might as well fight back against it. Now you're giving me something juicy to chew on. So the race, even though the vehicles haven't fought yet, I'm going to actually try and hurt your warriors, okay? So the Wraith are going to fight back against the warriors on 4s, re-rolling everything right now because I'm in the power matrix. And I will wound them on 3s. And that is 2 wounds at -1, 2 damage.
Yep, you dead.
Then the Technomancer, re-rolling everything. Wounds on a 4, doesn't wound. Then the Hecaton revved its engines and managed to put 4 wounds through, 4 3-up saves, with a feeling of the pain. One of the Wraiths is down to 1 wound remaining, and then can the Sagittar kill that last Wraith to stop me spawning any back in? He hits twice. Wounds on 3s. Wounds once. 3-up save, which I fail, or a 5-up feel no pain, or a CP reroll. What do I want to use that CP on? I feel like I need to CP reroll that. And I fail, so now 5-up feel no pain, which I fail. So that kills that unit, puts the Technomancer on his own and stops the Technomancer spawning Wraiths back in there, which stopped you getting out of close combat. So that could be quite critical when we move on to turn 5. There's still 10 guys in that Hecatombs land fortress though. 2 units of 5 ready to jump out all over the place. And you've extended your battle lines for an extra 5 points.
Yep.
However, at the start of turn 4 for the Necrons, I'm going to pick up 5, 10... and 15 points on the primaries, because technically this spider isn't below half strength. Still 1 guy stood there from a unit of 2. So the score is 58 to 53 in favour of the Necrons. The Necrons are 5 points in the lead, and they need to defend their stronghold and deploy a teleport homer. Okay, so Scarab spawns back in here with 3 wounds, and the spider backs up a little bit onto that objective. Meanwhile, I'm deploying a teleport homer in the centre of the battle grid, ignoring the Hegachonk, which is just firing round after round after round into the Chronomancer's unit there. And down here, I did move one of the Doomstalkers. They've got an OC of 4, and the Reanimator's got an OC of 3. So I've put 11 OC on that objective, because I need to defend my stronghold until the end of the Leagues of Votann's turn. And we did measuring, we did some checking, and that moves 10. Basically, there's 10 guys inside there, and they would be about an inch away from this objective if you come charging for and got out after the vehicle moved forward. Mm-hmm. So I don't think you're getting the objective off me, but I'm paranoid, so I moved the things anyway.
You have to hold it at the end of your turn, don't you?
Hold it until the end of your turn 5, yeah.
Kill you off it then. You
could kill me off of it, that's the thing. That's why. So the guys on it, like the big Magna rail rifles, you're guaranteed a hit at some point with one of them.
Maybe.
So you could kill me off of it. So putting 3 on it seemed like the choice thing to do. Now the Technomancer didn't have to take a battle shock test because he was a unit of 1 now. So did a cheeky thing, because he moves a long way. He flew up and flew over, jumped onto this objective here, which will stop you getting 5 points. So you're spending a command point to try and stop that happening. You want to overwatch him and shoot the Technomancer in the back.
Yep, with lots and lots of bullets.
Good luck.
Autocannon
hits once. Wounds once.
-1.
I need a 5. I don't make a 5. He's on 2 wounds remaining.
Bolt
cannons. Hits twice.
That's sustained.
Sustained, hits 4 times.
Strength 6.
Toughness less than that.
3s. And
2 wounds.
4 wounds.
This could work. You do. You kill the Technomancer. Stop me taking that objective. That'll keep you with 5 points. And yeah, it's fine. Just roll the Magna now. I want to see if the Magna could have hit it in Overwatch.
Okay.
See if you roll a 6. No, of course it didn't. Of course it didn't. So in the shooting phase, I haven't got much gun because they're deploying a teleport homer. So we're going to start off by shooting the speeder down at this unit here. It's the only unit that it can hit, and it fires in 4 times, which hit on 3s and full twin link now because the center is my power matrix. Strength 6, toughness of these guys.
6.
Is it? Those 2 devastating wounds.
One's down to 1.
Then a Doomsday Cannon fires in from one of the Stalkers and fires in 7 times. Hits them on 3s with the full re-roll. And are you minuses to wound as well, this unit? So I am going to wound them on 2s. There is cover in the way though. This big rock is hiding half of them.
They have...
So instead of -3,
-2.
because -2.
3 at a time. 5 ups.
Okay, 1's dead. Only 1 dies. That's good. So the one that was injured gets annihilated. So I guess I'm going to have to fire the other Doomsday Stalker in there as well. And this is 7 shots again. 3s to hit with the full reroll.
Good thing.
2s to wound.
Do they have to have wounds?
No, it's just blast and things and heavy and...
You kill those 2.
Okay.
And he's got 4+.
He's got 4 up and button.
Well, no, 6 up.
Okay.
He's gone 2.
Did I kill the squad?
Yeah.
The idea there was to try and stop you running on and getting that objective there.
I think you did it.
And getting 5 points in your turn. And that is the very end of my turn 4. I get 3 points for deploying a teleport homer, which gets me up to 61 points to your 53. And then you're going to get 10 there. So it'll be 63 to 61 at the start of turn 5 as we go into leagues. Turn 5. So 2 points behind in the leagues when I get behind enemy lines and kill the last character on the table, my Chronomancer. The orders for the Leagues of Votann are quite clear. Wipe out all of my command structure, take down the Chronomancer. So the unit that were holding the home field objective are moving around to get shots in. This Hekachonk is moving around to get shots in, but unfortunately that Chronomancer unit hasn't received any judgment tokens yet.
None at all.
And there's this Sagittor that's moved forward as well. And then the other Hekachonk busts through the rubble down here and has deposited 2 units of miners, and they're deep behind enemy lines. So that is a guaranteed 5 points. Now we go on to the shooting phase. The Hekachonk in the rock pile is firing at the Canoptek Doomstalkers one more time, trying to wipe out one of them. They've both got judgment tokens on, so you're hitting on 3s with all of your shots and things.
I'm going to put the Magna Row into the second one.
Magna Row into the second one. You think you can clear both of them away?
I did last time, and then I'm going to spend my 1 command point for this turn on Ancestral Judgment.
What does that do?
Sustained hits 2.
Nice. I like it. Okay, good.
So, autocannon?
Yes. Oh, there's some sustained hits right there.
So that one misses.
Yeah.
And then sustained.
Yeah.
Strength 7 with +1 to wound.
Okay, 4s to wound. That is 4 wounds.
At -1.
4 up and buns. It takes 2 damage.
Takes 2 damage. Bolt cannons.
Bolt cannons. Cannon of the bolt variety. That's a lot of sustained hits.
1.
So they get sustained hits
2.
1 for the normal thing, and then the extra ones.
No, you only get 1 of them. So
Okay.
you pick the highest, so sustained hits 2.
Okay.
So I get that many hits with the bolt cannons.
I may have been getting that wrong with a lot of battle reports.
Yeah, if you have sustained hits 1 twice, you don't get both. To make it sustained hits 2, you just get sustained hits 1.
So if you get, but I've been like, if you got sustained hits 1 on a weapon and another sustained hits 1, then surely that's sustained hits 2, because the weapon is giving you a thing and the other thing is giving you another thing.
Roll.
You just have the roll once.
That's how I've understood it.
You're probably right. Comment below. Let me know.
Strength 6 with +1, so 4s.
Yes.
And then twin linked.
This could do it, you know.
It could, which is why I put the Magna Row into the other one.
Yeah. The Magaro is definitely going to hit. Okay.
-1.
All of 4 up saves on all of these. It's got 10 wounds left. Each of these does 2 damage. It's on 2 wounds remaining. You failed to take it down with the land fortress, but the warriors will fire in a minute after the Magna Rail rifle targets the second Doomstalker and definitely hits.
Once we get 6.
You missed. I've never seen a gun that misses as much as that gun. Do you have
I've
another
got 2.
What? Have you
got
got
2.
You've got, okay.
Because I discarded 1 last turn.
Okay.
So I'm going to re-roll that.
Right. It hits. It hits once. It wounds once.
That's dev wounds.
Is Dev's wounds? D6 plus
6.
Okay, you need another 6. That's 7.
Yeah,
7 damage.
That'll do.
That'll do. That'll do, Pig.
That'll do, Pig. That'll do.
So let's see if we can kill it. The first squad firing in onto the one on 2 wounds with 10 bolt gun shots.
3's to hit.
Yes.
It's not great start.
Not great. No.
Strength 4.
Right.
With +1 to wound.
Yes.
So 5s.
5s to wound.
Re-rolling because the Hecaton shot it.
Okay. That is 4 so far. That's 4 so far. This could do it. Look at that. That's 6 wounds.
5.
5 wounds. 3 up saves.
It does it.
It's done it. It does. And it doesn't blow up. They tear it apart. It collapses. And then we'll do the shots into the second one. Second one shot in and didn't do any wounds to the second Doomstalker. Right. So that's all of that done. You've got this pile down here. It's probably worth pointing out that the Sagittor is battle shocked.
It is, yeah.
So even if you kill, you've got to kill everything here to stop me defending that stronghold.
Yeah.
So what are you going to fire next?
I'm going to shoot the 3 warriors behind it, the wounded.
1 on 5 wounds. Yeah. Okay, right.
So I've got the missile launcher.
Yes. And it hits.
Strength 9.
Wounds on the 2. Doesn't wound.
Magna Missed.
Of course it misses, yeah.
And bolt gun.
Okay. Both of
2
them
hits.
hit. Yeah, they hit. 5s to wound.
1 wound.
1 wound. 1 failed save. It's down to 4 wounds remaining. And then you can fire the Sagittor at it.
Yeah, so I'm going to put the bolt cannon into this.
Into this over here. Okay.
And then the last cannon into the Doomwalker.
Right, okay. Split and fire always works, yeah.
4s.
4s.
From the bolt cannon. 1 hit.
1 hit with the bolt cannon.
Strength 6.
Toughness 7.
5s, but twin linked. 1 at -1.
1 at -1. There's rocks and things in the way. I need a 3. I make a 3. You don't kill the spider.
And then the last cannons.
Both of them hit.
And that one's the same hits D3.
Oh, look at that.
So 3 hits. 2s.
2s.
2 wounds.
2 wounds.
3.
2 4-up invulnerable saves on the shield. I make them both.
Nice.
It deflects it. So that's it for all the shooting over here. I saw what you did there. You're trying everything you could to stop me defending that stronghold and trying to stop me scoring this objective in turn 5 as well.
Yeah.
And we're on to the Hecachonk, firing everything at the Chronomancer in the middle. You've got Assassinate.
I'm going to do this unit first.
This unit back here. Okay.
Because they're -1 to hit, aren't they?
They are naturally -1 to hit with the Chronomancer in there, yeah. And what's the range of the ion stuff?
18.
It's not as far.
So these 3 are out.
Okay.
But everyone else is in.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3, 4 ions.
4 ions.
5 5s.
2 hits.
Strength 5.
Toughness 5. 5. They are immortals, yeah.
1 at -2.
1's alive.
Cool. The L7 will fire it as a blast, so D6.
D6 shots is 2 shots with the blast. 4 shots. It'll be 4 shots in total.
On 5s.
Misses. It's a dud.
Yeah. The Magna Rail. Missed. And then the Sorcerer.
Okay.
On 3s.
It hits 3 times.
Strength 6.
Wounds 3 times.
-2.
5-up saves. I lose 1 guy. Just 1. I'm going to take away that warrior that snuck in there. That's disguised.
Yeah.
Okay. It's down to the Hecachonk.
Right. I'm not killing him.
You're not killing the Assassinate, no.
So I'm going to shoot over there.
Try and stop me defending my stronghold instead.
Yes.
I like it. Okay.
So, bolt cannons into that one.
Right.
Everything else into that one.
Okay. One of them has got loads of judgment tokens on, the other one hasn't.
Yep.
Bolt cannons into wounded Canoptek Doomstalker on 3s.
2.
That's 2 hits. It's 1 wound. Twin linked, yes.
1 wound at -1.
I fail that save.
2 damage.
It's on 2 wounds remaining. You're doing the autocannon into him as well, weren't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, the Orc was going into the other thing.
Okay, right, okay.
So I'm done against him.
You've done against him. 4s to hit the Canoptek Reanimator.
3 hit. Strength 7.
1 minute. I don't even know what toughness it is. He's toughness 6.
3s. 2 at -1.
2 at -1. 2 Something saves. That's a save. That's a fail. It's a feel no pain or 4 up. He feels the pain. The Reanimator is down to 4 wounds remaining. Now the Magna Rail Rifle for the win. Well. The last one that you shoot this game, and it hits.
Finally.
It hits. It wounds on a 2.
It wounds -4.
I don't get a save.
D6 plus 6.
For 7 damage. But the thing is, I've got 4 wounds left, and I have got a 4 up feel no pain.
You have.
And he killed the Reanimator. Does it deadly demise? It does deadly demise. How much does it do? 1 minute. It doesn't deadly demise, which is good, because then it could have potentially blown up and killed the Canoptek Doomstalker, which is defending my stronghold. And that is the last shots of the Leagues of Votann in turn 5. So we have 1 combat. The Sagittar is going to try and charge in tank shock for the win.
I don't have the command point to tank shock. I need to do it in melee.
You need to do it in melee with 2 wounds remaining.
3 attacks.
Okay.
Stranger things have happened.
Yeah, you need a 3 on the charge first of all. Okay, you get in. You get in. That was only a 4, but you get in. The Sagittar comes ramming in. Okay.
He's hitting you on 3s.
Okay. He
hits alive.
He hits twice.
Strength 6.
+1 to wound, 4s to wound.
The dream is dead.
The dream is dead. The dream is dead. And I make the save anyway. And then the Doomstalker will kick out. It kicks out with its limbs on 4s, with the reroll and the power matrix on strength 6. Does 2 wounds to your Sagittar, which is on 2 wounds remaining. No.
Is there an AP?
No.
Okay.
No. Good. And we just bounce off each other. So with their last actions of the game, the Leagues of Votann will get 5 points for deploying that teleport Homer down there, which gets them up to 68 points. To the Necrons, 61. They've still got a handy band of survivors that can jump back inside these vehicles. Everyone, in fact, can fit inside all of these vehicles and egress off this battle grid. Because while it is 68 points to 61, I am going to get 3 points for defending this stronghold, making it 68 points to 64. And then 5, 10, 15 points
potentially 5 there
on the primaries. Oh yeah, I could be battle shocked. So no, I passed my battle shock. I get my 15 points. Then we're going to have a look at some secondaries. Attempting target, you can nominate that one over there. I won't be able to get it.
Yeah, I'll be doing that.
And storm a hostile objective. There's no objectives in range that I can storm, so I can't get out and get any more secondaries. With the painting standard, that brings it to 78 points to the Leagues of Votann and 89 points to the Necrons. So it is a victory for the Necrons. And as I said at the very beginning of the game, the Dwarves, they dug too greedily. They dug too deep. And they've awoken the shattered dynasty. And this is the way this world ends. So in the end, that was a really close game. You were winning, I was winning. It was really close. How did you find it?
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah?
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. Your Magna Rail Rifle hit twice in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like 100% better than most games.
Yeah, sometimes it usually hits once.
Those Terminators, what are the best units in Leagues of Votann if people are thinking about bringing some?
The half guard.
It is the Terminator.
It is the Terminator.
Yeah.
The amount of shots they put out.
Yes.
You put them with the characters to ignore modifiers, and then normally you do the one I was doing on the hackathons for the sustained hits 2.
Yeah.
You do that on them.
Yeah.
Because then your unit of 10 has 30 shots from their Vulcanite with sustained hits 2 that hit on 2s against the right targets.
Right, okay.
And then they all have dev wounds. They will delete stuff.
They will absolutely murder stuff. Yeah, I've run against those not Terminators a few times, and they're just incredibly painful, which is why I needed to utterly kill them when they came in.
Yeah.
I also noticed that Hekaspank fortresses are really hard to take down as well. They're like Land Raiders, right?
Yeah.
16 wounds, 2 up save.
Toughness 12.
Yeah.
Lots of guns.
Lots of guns and the things. So I don't think I bothered shooting them with the Doomstalkers. I was just trying to pick apart.
Collectively, they both suffered 1 wound, and that was from when you popped my first Sagittar.
Yeah. Yeah. You do like a bit of tank shock though, don't you?
I do like a bit of tank shock.
There's nothing wrong with a bit of tank shock.
Nothing wrong with a bit of tank shock. It's satisfying having a tank drive over robots.
Yeah.
When it works.
Which
it didn't there.
Tomb Spiders having vehicle, I'm going to be tank shocking with them a lot these days. The other thing that I completely forgot to do for most of that game is spend any CP from the new Canoptek Court datasheet thingy bob, because there's some nice stratagems in there.
Some very nice stratagems in there.
There is. There's one like where you can point at a thing that's beyond 12 inches from someone, and then you can't shoot it unless you're within 12 inches. And at the start of every turn, I was thinking, as I was drawing the cards, I've got to remember that one. I've got to remember, and I completely forget that one. Every time I pick up the camera and then the thing is fighting and the things, I completely forgot to do it. What do you think of the new Canoptek Court for the... I mean, do you play against Necrons much?
I have played a few games against Necrons, and that was one of the more fun games I've had against Necrons.
Yeah?
Yeah, just because it was a very interactive army to play against.
It's better than massive units of warriors that aren't going anywhere.
It's better than a game of attrition.
Yeah. There is stuff happening. I'm trying to flank and do things, and it's fun. I've played against the Canoptek stuff, played with the Canoptek stuff a couple of times when 10th dropped, and they didn't really have it. They didn't either put out enough or they couldn't. So I like the changes from the new Necron book. It does make me feel like there is a list potentially in there for the Canoptek Court. And I'm really looking forward to playing them and seeing them again in the future. Shout outs?
Yeah, I'll give shout outs to the Grimdark Gestalt, as they call themselves. Imperiax and Gitsnick the Great.
Do we have to shout out Gitsnick?
We don't have to, but I feel like we should because his silverfish is here still.
Okay.
And it'll just torture him knowing that I've got it.
Don't talk to me about Gitsnick and torture. It makes me cry. He's got Chaplain Snow, you know.
Don't worry, the dwarves got revenge for you.
Thank you so much. Anyway, thank you for coming down.
Thank you for having me.
I really appreciate it. That's good. In the Discord, you Azzachan in the Discord?
Yeah.
Yeah, long-time member. Thank you for being a channel member as well. And thank you to all my other channel members and subscribers and things like that. We do hope you enjoyed that battle report. The battle mat is from GameMat.eu, along with these lovely bits of terrain. And these lovely bases are from marchofwar.co.uk, who also do my objective markers.
We'll be getting some
anyway, they're quite nice, yeah. They're kind of different colours and things like that, yeah.
I'll paint mine orange.
Yeah, paint yours orange to match to the thing. Cool. Anyway, happy wargaming.